let's just forget everything you've ever been told about retirement. Seriously, we're not going to talk about waiting 30 years or trying to save millions and millions of dollars. Today, we're diving into a path to financial independence that starts, well, right now. It's for anyone who just refuses to put their life on hold.
So, let me just ask you a question, straight up. Are you truly okay with pushing your dreams, your adventures, your actual freedom way off into the future? Just hoping that when you get there, you'll still have the health and the energy to enjoy it all?
You know, this quote from Travis Sago just nails it. It perfectly captures that rebellious spirit, right? It's about saying no to that old, slow, boring path. It's about deciding that your best life isn't going to wait for decades. It starts today.
Because here's the good news. You don't have to accept that deal. You really don't. There is a totally different path, a much smarter way to think about your freedom and your money. And we're about to break it all down.
Okay, so first, let's just be honest about the problem. The traditional retirement promise, the one we've all been sold our entire lives, well, for most people, it's fundamentally broken.
You know this script by heart, don't you? Save up a huge pile of cash, try to live off a tiny little piece of it, wait until you're over 65, and just pray that your body and the economy both decide to play nice. I mean, it's a plan built on a lifetime of sacrifice and, frankly, a whole lot of wishful thinking.
But here's the cold, hard reality. For people who were just a decade away from that so-called finish line, the median savings isn't even close to $1 million. It's $185,000. The conventional plan isn't just failing. For most people, it was never even a real possibility to begin with.
And this is the wildest part. Even for the folks who do everything right, who win the game, who sacrifice for 40 years and hit their magic number, a lot of them still feel like they lost. They traded their best, most vital years for a finish line they're just too damn tired to enjoy.
So, it is absolutely time for a new way of thinking, a radical shift. Let's just call it the screw that model. The goal isn't to retire from work someday. No, the goal is to retire from the parts of work that you absolutely hate and to start doing that right now.
And look at this. This lays out the new terms perfectly. You're retiring from all the soul-crushing nonsense, right? The annoying clients, the pointless meetings, the office drama. But you are absolutely not retiring from making a great income, or having a purpose, or having a ton of fun. This whole model is designed to give you more of the good stuff, not less.
Okay, so how do you actually pull this off? Well, the key, the absolute game changer, is building a new kind of asset. Something you own, you control, a cash-flowing asset that works for you. And that asset, my friends, is a thriving online community.
So why is a community the perfect asset for this? Because unlike stocks or real estate, it's alive. A great community literally grows on its own, because members invite other people. It gets more valuable with every new person and every new connection. It provides that human connection that we're all starved for. And honestly, it's fun as hell to run.
Now, I know that might sound exciting, but maybe also a little bit intimidating. So let's make it super manageable with a dead simple framework. It's designed to build this asset without burning yourself out. We just call it the 3 S's.
All right, this is so important. First, keep it simple. If you can't explain what your community is about in 30 seconds, it's already too complicated. Second, it has to be scalable. This is huge. It means it's designed so that as it gets bigger, the members create most of the value, which actually reduces your workload. And third, it's gotta be sustainable, with lots of low-stress ways to bring in income.
And speaking of sustainable income, one of the absolute simplest, most powerful, and most fun ways to get started is with something called a community auction. Just forget about complicated sales funnels for a minute and check this out. Just look at these numbers. This is from a real, super low-key pop-up auction. The high bid was over $3 grand, which is awesome, but the real magic? That happened after the auction, pulling in another $10,000 in sales. That's over 13 grand in total. From just a few DMs, no high-pressure sales calls needed. That is the power of an engaged community right there. So, look, this model is clearly powerful, but, and this is a big but, trying to figure all this stuff out on your own can be so isolating. And building an asset that's based on community, well, it just makes sense that you should build it with a community. I mean, seriously, think about it. Why would you put yourself through all that slow, painful trial and error? Why try to reinvent the wheel all by yourself when there's already a roadmap that works? The difference is just it's night and day.
Going solo is a recipe for second-guessing yourself and hitting wall after wall. But building together? You get real examples to follow. You get specific help when you're stuck. You get people who keep you accountable. And you find connections that can literally shortcut your journey by years.
And that exact problem, the guesswork, the roadblocks, the loneliness, that is the entire reason Community F.I.R.E Mojo was created in the first place. It is the building together solution that's designed to put this whole model into action for real.
And the mission is crystal clear. Financial independence now, not in some fuzzy, far-off future. And just look at that first goal. It's not become a millionaire. It's a real, tangible target. Cover your average monthly living expenses with just one community auction. Hitting that one goal changes absolutely everything.
So if you are completely done with the broken promise of waiting for someday, and you're ready to build an asset that gives you income, purpose, and freedom right now, then it's time to join the movement. It's time. Let's get this F.I.R.E party started.